Hi, I'm Christopher Karvountzis. I'm making this video as a number of states in Australia have introduced or will be introducing coercive control legislation. So what is coercive control and why is legislation needed? Domestic abuse. It's not just about physical violence. We know that physical mistreatment is generally easy to spot. But what if an abuser is emotionally or psychologically abusive, never laying a finger on the victim? The abuse can be harder to spot, and it can leave victims second-guessing themselves. Coercive control is often at the heart of domestic violence perpetrated by a partner. It is also important to recognise that it can happen in all types of relationships, involving people who are or who have been intimate partners or family members, regardless of gender or sexuality. Victims often do not believe or feel that they are a victim until after they no longer have control of their life. And this can be compounded for men due to social conditioning and other pressures. So, what does this look like in practice? Well, it can play out in one or more of the following domains: psychological, physical, sexual, economic, financial, and emotional. So, let's unpack some of these. I like the work that has been undertaken in the UK around criminalising coercive control. So, as I go through these, I'll be relying on some of their definitions of coercive control. Controlling behaviour is defined as a range of acts designed to make a person subordinate and/or dependent by isolating them from sources of support, exploiting their resources and capacities for personal gain, depriving them of the means needed for independence, resistance and escape, and regulating their everyday behaviour. Coercive behaviour is an act or pattern of acts, assault, threats, humiliation and intimidation or other abuse that is used to harm, punish or frighten the victim. Psychological. Psychological abuse involves the regular and deliberate use of a range of words and non-physical actions used with the purpose to manipulate, hurt, weaken or frighten a person mentally and emotionally, and/or distort or confuse and influence a person's thoughts and actions within their everyday lives. Economic financial. This involves controlling finances, stealing money, coercing someone into debt, restricting, exploiting and sabotaging their partner's access to money and other resources. And cutting across each of these elements is the power dynamic between victims and perpetrators, with victims often second-guessing themselves, even going as far as checking their own actions so as to not displease, offend or trigger a partner into retaliatory actions, including emotional or physical abuse. These definitions can be useful in identifying the elements of coercive control. Really understanding what it looks like reinforces the need for legislation across Australia that criminalises this behaviour, much like the legislation recently passed in the state of Queensland. I'm looking forward to all states and territories enacting legislation to criminalise coercive control. I'm Christopher Karvountzis. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video, and since it is YouTube, please take the time to like, share, subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified when new videos are released. You can head over to my website and book me as a speaker for your next event. I look forward to speaking with you soon.